Welcome to the Arizona Modern Series Flagstaff Championship. I'm John Murphy.
I'm Stephen Brantley.
And on our left, we've got Matt playing Blue-White Cheerios, which is definitely one of my favorite decks in Modern. And on the right, we've got John playing the Terror of Modern Hogaak Bridgevine. And looks like we just got a Flooded Strand here off for Matt. I'm surprised that he hasn't already played 30 cards.
I know, it's a little behind schedule.
Right.
The Cheerios deck was a real contender for a while, and it never really came about.
Yeah.
I think SRAM was the one that pushed it over the edge.
Yeah, it definitely pushed it into consistently playable. I think the problem with Cheerios is that it is just a Storm deck that dies to more types of hate than Storm.
Sure.
Because like the win condition is Grape Shot, you know?
Yeah.
It just like, it is Storm that gets more disrupted by creature removal than Storm, and it is Storm that gets disrupted by some forms of artifact hate. So we're just having the classic fetch land and a shock land. It looks like Matt saving a little bit of time just fetching while John is fetching. That's
still fetched in response though, which is something of a power play.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Matt, as far as power plays are concerned, Matt actually has almost this entire deck foiled.
Oh,
yeah, he was out of Magic for a while and then got back into it and was just like, this deck is awesome. I'm going to build the coolest possible version of it.
Gotta lean in.
Yeah, right, exactly. And it's not really Modern if both players actually start at 20 life.
Sure.
So
yeah.
Okay, yeah, and here's Faithless Looting. It's the best card in the deck. It's the best card in Modern.
In most decks, yeah.
Right, yeah. It is the reason that all of the top decks in Modern for the last 8 months have been graveyard decks.
That's very fair.
And why they keep coming in and out so much. Just because it's so good.
That's a grave crawler and a bridge.
Right, yeah. And so we're, turn 2, we might just be off to the races with something crazy on John's side. One problem with a foil deck, it does make it a little bit harder to read for us.
It does, actually. I think that's a Seachrome Coast.
Oh, yeah, it was a Seachrome Coast and a Pure Steel Paladin. And, oh, boy, Pure Steel Paladin is a beautiful foil. I just
it is lovely.
Love Watermark foils. We got a Paradise Mantle here from Matt. Draw a card. Oh, boy. Okay, we got a D20. We got a spin down, keeping track of storm count. That says that's this deck.
That's ambition, yeah. It's ready to go.
The deck is a Storm deck. It is a Storm deck that relies on Mox Opal, which is also kind of weird, and that's why I said a minute ago some forms of artifact hate, because like most of the things that you cast in the deck you do not need to activate.
Sure.
You don't care. Your win condition is not going to be beating down with a 3/11.
Yeah.
But the being able to activate Mox Opal is crucial. And so just like Stony Silence will shut it off. But my God, when SRAM goes off, or when Cheerios goes off, it goes off.
Yeah.
And like it can go off so much faster than Storm that like that's really I think where it shines.
Sure. It seems like he's got a little bit of an anemic hand. He cast his Paradise Mantle.
Yeah.
And drew his card and passed.
Right. And it looked like he top decked another Pure Steel Paladin.
It did look like that.
Which like, he might have seen that and been like, cool, I'm just going to go off more reliably next turn rather than maybe go off and fizzle now.
Good decision.
Is sort of what it looks like. And John, the sequencing in Hogaak is pretty important. Like as far as graveyard decks go, there are just like so many weird triggers and stuff happening. And Vengevine is a weird card that is templated weirdly. And so he's just trying to make sure that he is just not going to mess it up. And because the deck is mechanically very complicated.
Sure, I mean, even playing your land at the right phases is very difficult.
Right, yeah, exactly. So we got Stitcher's Supplier here. And actually, you just said playing your land at the right phases, but he played a land and then played a thing that might flip a Bloodghast. So, we see that like even people that have a decent amount of experience with the deck, and we got Carrion Feeder here, wow.
That's quite the turn.
Just flip more of your graveyard, flip more of your graveyard. John, not really seeing...
I feel like he got a little unlucky.
Yeah, that was not a super powerful couple of flips. Like a lot of lands, a couple of things that like you'd rather just have in your hand.
Yep.
And that's kind of I think where the Hogaak deck will sometimes have, I don't know, like comparing it to Dredge, for example. Like you just, if you're flipping over 6 cards in Dredge, you will hit gas.
Sure, yeah.
And Hogaak just you have so many cards that you actually just like need to cast like normal cards.
Yeah.
Yep, and here we go, another Pure Steel Paladin.
Retract.
Oh, that's super cool. Retract for Paradise Mantle, and he's just going to cast again, draw 2 cards.
He's been a little choked on equipment, it looks like, if you're retracting just your Paradise
Mantle.
Right,
yeah, exactly, which is definitely why he definitely why he had a little bit of a slower turn 2.
Sure.
And I didn't quite see what. Oh,
it looks like no more equipments.
Yeah, Matt really sweating it here. Because he knows that he is in danger. That this is probably not the turn a corner type of turn.
Yeah.
But he's under pressure. He knows that John could kind of go off at any moment.
Judge got 2 bridges, so the
Hogaak
right. Start really turning out some zombies.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't see any Hogaaks anywhere.
No, he
Looks
didn't.
Like he's maybe got one in his hand. We need to figure out these camera angles a little better.
Boy.
Oh, well.
Alter Dementia Stitcher Supplier.
Yeah.
Something else.
Right. Yeah. It really is. It really is the MVP. I love Stitcher Supplier.
It's a cool card.
I read it and I was like, this is gonna get play in Modern. I'm not sure how, but here it is.
Yeah.
Here it is in Modern. And we got. What do we got here from John?
I think you have to open with the supplier.
Yep. Yeah. Just set it up, see if you can really set something to go off here.
Ooh.
Yep, and we got pitching supplier to carrion feeder. And I don't know, is this going to be a carrion feeder beatdown plan? Oh wait, no, he's going to get 2 more zombies. No, we're fine. Yeah, he's fine. I've seen that happen. It's a lot of fun.
It is.
Yeah. And we got, looks like we got, so we got 2 zombies with the die there.
Oof.
And just not flipping a whole heck of a lot.
Yeah, you got a faithless losing.
He's still in a pretty good position though. The fact that Matt has stumbled at all means that he's got a little bit of room to stumble. The Cheerios deck just doesn't. I mean, it punishes being slow. It doesn't really punish I don't know. It doesn't punish mistakes. I don't know what I'm saying.
They're some of the least interactive decks. I mean,
right.
These guys are just passing each other in the night, and one of them's going to die.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yep. That is combo decks playing each other.
Yeah.
Huh? And it looks like, Matt just has so little going on. That's just
every equipment
rough.
turns into 2 cards.
Right. Yeah.
It's
not like John has anything like Conflict Rate or something like a dredge deck might. He's just got no interaction. Yep. And here's Altar of Dementia. Now this
should get good, right?
Yeah, I think so. This is definitely it is the reason that the deck is so powerful.
Sure.
I think Faithless Looting is the broken part. Alter Dementia is what made this particular thing a deck. You just pitch everything to it, flip over your library, and kill him.
He's hit a Vengevine, a Gravecrawler, and a Stitcher Supplier. It still hasn't hit a Hogaak.
Right.
He's running them?
Yo, yeah,
nope, you put him in there.
Yeah, that's
okay. Yeah,
he's got 4 of them. This isn't some he's seen almost half his library now, and just where are those legendary graveyard friends? I was gonna try to make something off the creature type of that. I do not remember the creature type of Hogaak Arisen Necropolis.
Summon Necropolis.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Is Necropolis a creature type?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think Istvan is either anymore.
Was that a creature type? Because of all the old legendary templating, right?
He was summon Uncle Istvan.
Right. Yeah.
It's an avatar.
An avatar. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well.
So John has done some things.
Sure. Yeah. He hit his.
He's looking around.
Hit his carrion feeder to flip some more zombies.
That's it.
Yeah, just gonna pass.
What rotten luck.
Right. Yeah, and I think there are so few circumstances that Matt does not just win this turn.
Okay.
I know he's been kind of hard up for equipments, but I have never seen a Cheerios deck get to here we go, Hercules Recall target self.
Target the 1 Paradise Mantle.
I mean, it's 2 mana, draw 3 cards though, right?
To this point, he has seen 1 equipment.
Right.
And he's been getting every ounce of value he could out of this.
Yeah. He is really. It's a tight pattern of play. It's he might just die to his deck, but if he hits 1 more, and we go off. This is
1 equipment draws 3 cards. You're gonna hit another.
Yeah. The deck is full of all of those crazy 0 drops that buff your toughness and give vigilance and reach.
Sure.
I think one of those, and then I think there's Kite Shield, which is just actual nothing except for the toughness buff.
Yeah, I mean, he'll have hard to kill guys.
Yeah. They really are hard to kill. Oh,
Bonesaw.
Yeah, there you go. Win condition right there. Yeah. There are some decks that people are theory crafting at the very least with Colossus Hammer.
Yeah.
That new crazy.
Cigar's Aid.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So at the very least, like this kind of deck would have something of a backup plan of like sideboard in that crazy hammer, equip it for 0. And, the relevant loses flying text is particularly backbreaking.
+10/+10 is quite a lot.
Yeah, yep, okay, and we got the Mox Opal. And we got to retract.
Retract, all right.
Yeah, yep, John's going to scoop it up. All right, yeah, that's going to do it for game 1. And because of movie magic, we are now in game 2, Cheerios versus Hogaak. John on 6 here using the London Mulligan. That is actually official in every single event now, starting with Core 20 pre-release.
I was on the fence about it, but I'm actually a huge fan.
Yeah, so I think that people were way too worried about combo decks being dominating.
Yeah.
Like the Serum Visions Jeskai, or not Jeskai, we played Narset Transcendent, I think.
Sure.
The deck just does nothing. Like it's just a bad version of other decks.
Okay.
Like yeah, it gained a lot from London Mulligan. It did not gain a lot. It gained from 0. It gained from being completely unplayable to just being unplayable.
Okay.
And some people are worried about combo decks, but like you see your Silver Bullet hate pieces just as often.
Yep.
Like really when you look at the math of it, it's pretty much a wash, and the amount of non-games that it eliminates is huge. Yes. Like just how much more Magic people get to play for such a small procedural cost is great.
Yeah.
I think it definitely makes every format more fun. And since the only formats where the London Mulligan would, potentially really, really screw things up, like Legacy and Vintage, so few people play those formats that it makes such a better gaming experience for everyone else. And we got, all right, looks like we got a turn to Pure Steel Paladin from Matt. And he's got the Storm counter and, Cathar's Shield, draw a card. Okay, we're just gonna run shield into shield into shield. And that's exactly the plan here.
Wow.
Just literally top decking equipments, playing equipments. Yeah, Matt is, this is a power play. It looks like Matt saw his card there for a second, but it looks like neither of them really care. He's just gonna draw more cards.
So he's doing some work here, but I don't know what his payoff is. I don't know how
he's got Retract in hand.
Oh.
Yeah, he's got Retract in hand.
How does he get a mana? He has to draw a Mox
Opal.
Mox Opal.
Yep. Or he just fizzles this turn.
Equips everything because he's got Equip 0.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Okay, and next turn he's just going to try to go off slightly differently.
Yeah.
He's got Retract in hand. He didn't have the Mox Opal, which of course he could activate. That's no surprises there. With and he's just putting all of those shield equipments on the right that are just like pretty much exactly the same card.
Yeah. He's got a 20 toughness creature.
Right.
On board.
Yeah. It's pretty wacky. That's part of why I love this deck.
Yeah.
It's just I play mono white equipments in Commander, and this deck is nothing like that, at all. But just anything that plays Pure Steel Paladin immediately appeals to me.
Pure Steel Paladin's very good.
Yeah, so good.
John's seen a Hogaak now. He's got a Hogaak and a looks like a Grave Crawler pulled to the front of his hand after the Faithless
and
Looting.
is he resolving a Faithless Looting here, and that's a good place to be in, I think.
Sure.
You just pitch Faithless Looting, and either if you have another zombie or something, you could start playing the Grave Crawler, milling yourself, playing more things, getting Bloodghasts, or you just you pitch Hogaak and another thing you don't care about, hardcast the Grave Crawler right now, start milling yourself on Matt's end step.
Yep.
If you make it that far,
you don't have a lot of draw stuff left.
Matt's got Retract in hand. He's about to draw 8 cards, 9 cards, kind of the card for turn, of course, and. The odds that he doesn't see one of 4 Mox Opals in 9 cards is infinitesimally small. And so that's. I think John's in danger here, and I assume he has seen the knife by now.
Yeah, he's got to make some risky plays this turn.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. You just. Wait, hold up. That's...
Speaking of risky play...
Wait, hold up. Did you just play a Grave...
You did.
Oh, that's not how that card works.
You know what? With enough gumption, you can make anything happen.
See, okay, so this is the problem with not recording live on these, but whatever. Like,
yeah, so John, forgetting the clause, the Gravecrawler has to have a zombie in play to be recurred from a graveyard. But
he's gonna get curb stomped this next turn anyway.
Really
so
what happens. Yeah, he's gonna.
Unfortunately, this is this is a rough. Yeah, okay. So hitting Paradise Mantle with Ingot Chewer there, just to kind of force Matt to have the Mox Opal to produce the red mana. So like that's, if you were to hit one equipment, that is the one equipment to hit.
He also stacked it to the Alter Dementia with the trigger on the stack.
With the trigger on the stack. That's fun.
That's pretty good.
Just mill yourself 6. That's great. God, I love Alter Dementia.
Yeah, everyone does apparently.
It's such a cool card. Like it's
anything with an activation cost that is not mana, is very powerful.
Yeah, just immediately is worth consideration. Yeah. It turns out doing free things in Magic is good.
Yeah. I always really liked Magic as a kid because in Pokemon, which I played at all the other games.
Sure.
And if they didn't expressly tell you could do something, you couldn't do it. If you found a combo in Pokemon, you can always exploit it. They'd say, that's not the spirit of the game. But Magic, if it's whatever the hell, just do it. If the combo exists, cool. Do it.
Exactly.
I really appreciate that about the game.
Yeah, it's Magic is very powerful, and Matt just he's just gonna go off. It's okay. He's got a SRAM and he's got a retract. He's about to draw 16 cards.
Yeah.
And
Storm one.
Right. Yeah. The distribution of do I see the cards I need to see gets just so crazy here. Yeah. And looks like
almost conceded to just retract.
Yeah. John was very close to scooping up his cards right there. I think he just wants to see it played out.
Yeah.
It's a cool deck. He might see it later in a cut or something.
Yeah.
Just being like, I don't know, just force. Sometimes you got to force him to have it. This might not be one of those times where you just have to force him to have it, but it's the game. Like,
yeah, I mean, he has a finite amount of mana he gets access to for the rest of the turn.
Yeah, exactly. And like, there is a non-zero chance that he just doesn't see his Mox Opal and loses it. It just doesn't do anything. It's approaching 0. It's like it rapidly approaches 0, exponentially approaches 0, very quickly. But non-zero.
Yeah.
John he's that is a man that knows that he is about to die to a storm card.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and this is just procedure now at this point.
Yeah.
Because it looks like Matt's digging his hand for some Mox Opals. Oh no, there's more
Bonesaw,
equipments. All right, there you go. Yeah, that'll do it. Spider Silk Net, I think, is that one?
Yeah, I think it might be.
Yeah. Zendikar and Kanza-Tarkir, I think. Both the arts on that card are really good. I like them a lot.
Good.
The only time I ever get to see them is when people play this deck in Modern. Yep, and we got Mox Opal, Float Mana, Mox Opal, and yep, the Grape Shot. There it is. Yeah. Yep. Wow. Yeah, that'll do it for Cheerios versus Hogaak.